from Sanctuary, and today I'm going to be making some split pea soup. So we have the ingredients are, this is some ham that my husband's girls brought over for Thanksgiving dinner, and we're going to be using leftovers. This is some celery, carrots. This is leftover from some vegetable tray. These are carrots from our garden. 1 onion. It calls for 2 cloves of garlic, but because this garlic from our garden is so tiny, I'm just going to use the whole bulb. Oregano and thyme from our garden, which I'm really happy to use that. Bay leaves. 6 cups of chicken broth. I'm probably just going to use the whole container. 2 cups of water, and then the split peas, which you can soak them overnight, which will help them to be easier to digest if you're someone who has problems digesting fiber from beans. I just soaked them for about an hour, and they cook up more like lentils, so they don't take a long time to get softened in the pot. So those are all of your basic ingredients, and then salt and pepper. And I forgot to say olive oil or a little bit of butter. It's put in the bottom of the pot so you can start to saute those vegetables. Okay, so I have my onion, garlic, about 3 carrots, about 3 stalks of celery, and it's been sauteing in here just to soften it up. And then I'm going to add the chicken broth. Then I'm going to put in I'll set this aside before I chop it up. Then I'm going to put in the split peas. So I'm going to add the ham. You don't need a whole lot of salt because the ham is already pretty salty. So we're just going to add this in and then add our seasoning. And we're going to bring it to a boil. So put that all in there. Then we're going to add in the thyme. Oregano, thyme, and 2 bay leaves. And we're going to bring it to a boil. Let this boil for about an hour. Okay, so we're going to put more bay leaves, a little bit of thyme. I don't really measure. Actually, I'm just going to dump in a little bit. I think the recipe calls for a teaspoon, but I don't really measure. And this is oregano from our garden, so I'm going to have to kind of scrunch it up a little bit. My hands. Okay, so we're just going to bring this to a boil. And then I think I'm going to I wasn't sure if I was going to add this extra water, but I think I'm going to put this extra 2 cups of water. Or maybe I'll just do 1 cup and see if it needs more later. Nope, full 2 cups, okay? So the 2 cups is in addition to the 6 cups of chicken broth, but I just used an entire box, which I'm not exactly sure. Not exactly sure how many cups is in a box of chicken broth. But with soup, it doesn't really matter. You can't really mess up soup too much, so you can kind of eyeball things. It doesn't have to be totally exact, which is why I like making soups and stews. Okay, and here it is after it's been cooking.